45 minutes na bring in our game.
Well, yes, but all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this another episode of the Saudi Crest Show. We actually looking this morning at the pre-match of the greatest show in the world or on earth, the 2022 FIFA World Cup final. A grand final, ladies and gentlemen, as we look to see Argentina facing up against France. This morning we have with us Damian Hines, the man coming out of Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, he's also an Argentina fan, but more so a big reggae boy fan. We're not looking at him as a fan this morning. We just want to bring down the curtains as we look towards what we expected. A great expectation of the show this morning. Welcome, Damian. Welcome to the show. Alias, or should I say, the businessman who run VIP services and a proud sponsor of the Saudi Crest Show. Welcome, sir.
Blessings, man. It's indeed a pleasure being here. You know, once you want me here, I will always oblige to be here. So, and this is a very welcoming moment, seeing that we're gonna be having a back-to-back championship with the FIFA World Cup. We'll be grabbing and holding on tight to 26. So it's indeed a pleasure having me here.
You know, I said in my introduction that you're an Argentina fan, but however, you never correct me. And so I just wanted to pull you out to see how would you actually react to that comment. However, you started out well to say you'll be having a back-to-back. Even though you never said France, the back-to-back could have actually give us enough to talk about. Well, Damian, yes, you are the Frenchman. Can you assist me? How many times have these two teams met in World Cup before?
I don't remember the full data or data as some people call it, but with the present crop of player, I think this is my mind served me right. The second meeting with the present crop of player, with the Mbappe and the Messi, and wasn't a good encounter the last time around as it relates to the Argentina.
Yes.
Because they were whooped into submission by the same front line with Giroud and Mbappe scoring in that game. And that was the last World Cup that we won. And we are planning on executing a similar game plan and a similar score line.
Yes. All right. We have a little information here. And we're going to look back at these things. So, both teams, I must say, have won the World Cup twice. So, both teams are looking to get a third hold on the World Cup. Good? Listen to this now. And viewers, you could check it as well. Maybe you'll find more information, or should I say, solid information. 1930, Argentina was the runner-up. And if you can recall, 1930 would have been the very first World Cup played. 1978 and 1986, they won the World Cup. Those are the 2 years they have won the World Cup. 78 and 86. 1990, they were runner-up. 2014, they were also runner-up when they were beaten by Germany in 2014. In extra time, I remember they have lost that game. France on the other side, winners 1998. They were runner-up in 2006. And in 2018, the last World Cup prior to this one, they won. So Argentina, in my view, would have a longer history of World Cup, and not just World Cup, but the fact that they were there knocking on the door for so long. Ever since this great show has come to the land. However, France have shown that in recent history, since 1998 and prior to that, they used to do well, but never crossed the line. Based on the statistics, Damien, do you think history have a part to play in this game?
Well, if I was gonna use your reasoning, I could say the same thing for um, Croatia. Yes, by that reasoning, but Croatia is history.
Yes.
Croatia entered the World Cup in '98, and they have been so successful. So I do believe that history have a lot to do with players' performance and encouragement, but it's what happened, and who is more motivated to win. And I do believe that these youngsters from France have a lot
Yes.
to prove. They have been proving over and over that okay, we don't have the 6 players that we know should be here because of injuries, but we're still holding our own. And I do believe even in the semi-final, some of the so-called no-name players stepped up and showed their class. And we're gonna see much more of that coming out in this game. It's gonna be a tussle, very bustling game, especially in midfield,
Okay.
because try to neutralize the threat in the form of the Argentina magician. We're gonna neutralize him, and we're gonna use our flank and our number 9 well, because we're planning on scoring a lot of goals today. So that's my take. On the history, so it's bit the performance on the day, because motivation is the history. Motivates.
Yes.
It's how you interpret it and perform on the day. That's my thing.
Okay. I'm gonna try and bring up the starting 11 for both teams in a little while. But you mentioned the tussle in midfield. Which player or players from both teams in your mind will be that player who you believe will control the midfield, who will dictate the play of the game?
you know, um, France is very dynamic in the midfield, and we have seen so many different scenarios where France use different players to their benefit based on um, the type of opponent they have.
Yes.
So as alluded to, I haven't seen the starting lineup for this game, but I don't expect any much change from the semi-final. But I would love to hear what you have to say so I can make my predictions, because I haven't seen it, so
Yes.
I can come in fully on it.
Alright. You're not gonna get away with that, but I'm gonna show you, sir. I'm gonna see how best we can work along to see, because alright. So I'm gonna place the starting 11s for both teams. Alright? And then you will be able to, since you have not seen it, let us go through as we are right now. Okay. So if you should look on your screen, I'm not sure you have it yet, but in goal for Argentina, we have Martinez.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now.
You are seeing it now. So let us look first at the Argentina lineup.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good. So you take me through now, Mr. Hines. We're looking at Martinez in goal, and they're playing a 4-4-2 formation. This is what I've gathered so far. All right. Now,
Yeah.
4-4-2, we're having in midfield, and this is the where I want to take you. So based on your comment, all right. But since you are seeing it, just take me through the starting 11.
For Argentina.
Yes. 1 second. Just go through the starting 11 for me.
Well, as I look on the in goal, Martinez, he has been solid over the course of the tournament. Out there in right back, we have Molina beside him playing central. Romero, we have, I can't say that name, Chamendi. Otamendi, oh,
Otamendi.
Otamendi.
Yes.
And some of these names I can't pronounce. What's that? Who's that beside of Otamendi?
It's that.
Can't
I,
pronounce.
I'm not good at this language, but I think it is Tagliafico or something like that. Yes.
Oh. And we have the genius just playing in front of Molina in the form of the Maria. I see him on the right here. I don't know what's the plan there to counter what the coach have in his mind with Mbappe right there. But beside him, we have DePaul, Fernandez, and
McAllister.
Alice. Yeah, and the genius out front, the two talisman, Messi, Alvarez. This looks like a very intriguing. I do like it. I do see Fernandez there. I think he has a lot to prove his worth. Nice World Cup so far. Otamendi, the veteran.
so
Around the
so so there you go with the
yeah.
Argentina lineup. Look now at the France, because we want to get the comparison in as it relates to the midfield tussle that you alluded to earlier. So we see that France is playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. So they are having two holding midfielders
Yeah.
in that formation. So take me through. This is your team, sir. So you could give us a lot. We have Hugo Lloris who in goal. Right? I've seen that they made some changes in the backline from the last game where that number 18 defender there has come in upon Meccano. He has came in for Konate. Konate played
Yeah.
in the last game. So Varane and Meccano would be the central defender there. Hernandez at left back, right? And we have Conde the right back. So your two central midfielders, tell me about them. Give me those comparisons. Even though Argentina is playing four in midfield and so much not per se a two holding defender specifically like how this French team. Which of these lineups, sir? Given that Mbappe, Griezmann, and Dembele is coming from behind Giroud. Giroud was the point man. In that midfield tussle, who you think will dictate the game?
I do believe. Well, we know the Argentinians have a history of like touching, feeling the ball, but it hasn't worked so much for them in terms of ball possession in the games that they have played. They have been sometimes outclassed with the ball possession. France, for not so much. We always like even possession as it relates to the ball. Rabiat and Otamendi playing those role. I see a channel. They're planning some ways to use up the fullbacks to do a lot of work. Basically, how they set up their middle right here. Because if they're looking to contain Messi, Hernandez would have to be doing a lot of work covering, because Messi, that formation is good for Messi. Messi, like those twirling, zigzag twirling.
Yes.
So I think Uppercan, that's the name, Uppermercano,
Yes.
and Erna, they would have to be working a lot to support the midfield, seeing that they set up their midfield. But I don't think on paper we'll be sticking to this formation as the game go along, because If we see that it's not work, we're dynamic, as what I said before. So we'll adjust if we see that it's getting out of hand with Di Maria supporting Messi and so much of the play going forward.
Mhm.
I, we're gonna fix that because it's strong, but I can foresee some challenges there with the likes of Mr. Messi.
We can't speak without mentioning Messi, the persons who we believe today
Mm-hmm.
will get that big crown, the
Mm-hmm.
crown of the GOAT. Now, Damian, we are about 37 minutes to the start of the play, but we really want to look at certain things now. Argentina with Messi is a very hungry team,
Mm-hmm.
very hungry. Now, I've listened to a lot of commentary, and what we have seen over the past two World Cups, Messi have not performed the way he did, like how he's performing now. Yes, I do understand, but we understand the world pressure as well. And the fact that Messi knows now that this would be his very last chance for him to get a World Cup, he decided to go all out. Do you think Messi will take the very first and second rounds right now into this game based on it's a final?
You know, I must take my hats off to Messi because he has proven that he is one of the best, if not. Um, but say that to say, you know, a team is as strong as their strongest link.
Maybe as
Uh,
strong as its weakest link.
oh, I'm going somewhere with that because when you have a team, you have the opponent too, and if we have the opponent in the form of France,
Mhm.
we have to use the same saying about the strongest link. And in that saying, it's not link, but links as it
Okay.
relates to France. So I do believe that in terms of the statistics, it's matched, but man to man, we have the advantage of a solid number nine in the form of Giroud compared to the number nine of Alvarez. Giroud has proven himself over and over. Alvarez is young. This is a big moment for him, knowing that he has a lot of things going on there. So I do believe, going back to your question about Messi,
Mhm.
if he can um, get across the line, it's gonna be down to his supporting role from his midfielders and his defenders, specifically his number nine, Alvarez. And I don't see that coming in this game. I don't see Alvarez scored, and I don't see any penalties being given. So I do believe it's gonna be tough for this team to outclass France in this 90 minutes because we're not going over in overtime, no extra time. Our team, we don't play that way.
I heard you quite well, Damian, and I heard the bias in your comments there, because you made mention of Giroud that he has proven and so on. Now, this is the World Cup, regardless of what he has proven. I am not too sure history as it relates to Giroud and World Cup has shown much proof. But I think you're looking at a career itself. Alvarez, we didn't see Alvarez coming through for Argentina like this. Maybe that is the reason. And so Alvarez have been playing very well down in Argentina for the past couple of years. He has proven. And so Pep and Man City saw him and take him to City. Am I right? That's your team as well.
100%.
And so he has scored 4 goals for Argentina, similar to Giroud, 4 goals for France. So as it relates to number 9 now, they are head to head. And we
Yeah,
can't we can't prove to say that because Giroud has more experience, he will do better in the final.
I,
Because
I, I
it is
am. I concurrent to the fact that this is a more pressuring game and experience counts. And I do believe that if he's man enough and he has that will, he will come forth. But I trust my number 9 being that experience will improve a lot. And we're gonna see. I have so much confidence, and I'm giving him the golden boot with 2 today.
That's
So
who.
far,
You're
yeah,
number 9?
yeah, my number 9. I'm
So,
giving him 2.
so you're saying that Mbappe won't score today?
It's a strong possibility he'll be playing a support member.
Damien, what I would say to you, what will happen in this World Cup final? I suspect and I'm expecting a very good final. I think today's final will be probably the best for a very long time as a final. Most finals have been very cagey. We have seen brilliance, in patches. But I'm expecting today to be a very, very good finals. Now, so when you look at the goals that have spread, and we look at what happened, France, Argentina, France, Argentina. So the two talisman from both teams got goals, got 5 goals. And the supporting cast, which are the number 9s, show their class have gotten 4 goals. Now you make mention of penalty and so on. Don't forget that France, with the exception of the semi-final game, they have conceded in all the games. Good?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
it gives rise to say that there is a weakness in defense, regardless of the type of goals that they conceded. There is a weakness in defense. And they are they are in a cagey situation where they are likely, based on history and this World Cup and the games prior, they are likely to give away at least 1 penalty.
All right. Let me match up your argument. When we won against Argentina the last outing in the World Cup, we gave up 2 goals. I think or 3. I don't remember for sure if the game ended 4-2 or 4-3. I don't remember. So we have a strong history of giving away goals. Yes. But we identified those problems, and as what you said, you saw the changes with Upper Mercano coming in for that strong central back that have a tendency to foul. So I think we neutralize that problem there.
And Sir Konate, you're talking about, I don't think he has a tendency to fall. What Konate? Konate is a rough player by nature.
Yeah.
Very rough. He tackles well, he intercepts well, but he's very, very rough. And I believe that may be one of the change that the French coach believes. Listen, with Lionel Messi coming in the box, and the ref may take care or giving the Lionel Messi or the Mbappe some leeway, protection, so to speak. He might. That's my view on it. But it's not just the center. All right. We look at the penalties that were given away against England.
Yeah.
And I have seen in the Morocco game, they were very lucky not to concede a penalty too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a challenge. It is a weakness, I believe, in that French defense. However, given their attacking prowess, it might not be as evident as how it really is for other viewers. But the thing though, Damien, what I really want to get into right now in the meat of the game, how much the Mbappe Messi factor will be in this game. Before you answer, let me just take the time out to say that, people, thank you very much for joining us. And for those of you who are coming in for the first time, ensure that you subscribe and also leave a like. We are open for WhatsApp call. The numbers are 876-501-6625. Alright, that is the number we'll be using this morning. And in the chat, we have somebody in the chat, Roots Roots first. Big up Kings. I mean Roots right. Big up yourself, man. Man coming out of London. Respect Roots. Happy man. I can see that you are up and about. Welcome to the Saudi Crest Show, and I hope you continue to join us whenever you get the time, Mr. Roots Roy. Roots Roy coming out of England. A matter of fact, he's my nephew coming out join the Saudi Crest Show. So you see, the Saudi Crest Show is viewing from wide, all over Europe and US and Asia. So I must say to you that let's go. People, you can participate in the chat or also calls. Alright. So yes, Damien. So I'm saying the Messi factor now. How do you see the Messi factor?
Well,
The Messi also the Messi versus Mbappe factor.
well, from the starting of the World Cup, it was a PSG World Cup, I must say. The three main talk about teams were the Argentina, the France, and the Brazil. And those three teams were led by the three talisman from PSG. So it has always been built up on that premise of these three outstanding players, with the Brazilian being kicked out from the quarterfinals. But we still have it here where the two men that are the X factor of both teams. I do believe that it's gonna come down to the who is more resilient, the genius effect of which one of them, and
Yes.
who more. Let me tell you, for me, being a France supporter, but I'm a realist. I do believe that Messi wants it more than anyone on the park, out of the whole team, the 2022 that's gonna play. I do believe Messi wants it and more.
Yes.
But it's not a Usain Bolt running a 100 meter. It's a 4x100 meter with Usain Bolt and the other. So
Yes.
it's a team effort. So the supporting cast is has a much bigger role to support Messi, and even in him winning this champion. Would I love to see him winning it? Yes, but not with me being the opponent. So my can tell you, Messi is my footballer, but yes, France, you know.
All right, sir. Well done. Now, Damian, talking about Messi and um, Mbappe. If it is not, let's take those four top scorers out of the game today. So both teams will have done their homework and they have decided to work and work against them. So Messi will be out of the game by technical or tactical move. Mbappe will be out. Alvarez will be out. Giroud will be out. Who do you see coming up to show their class and present a goal or two from either team?
Let me start with my team in the form of Dembele. I do believe Dembele have showed some sparks of brilliance in the game, but I think he's underperformed. I think Dembele has had a great form this year and last year uh, in club, but I'm not seeing that form being transcribed in the games as though I would want it. I think if it come up to the task as what the scenario you're using, Dembele will step up and in the form of Griezmann and Dembele, and we have our our bench number 9. I don't remember his name. Sometimes we have an overload there that comes on most of the times for Giroud. I think he could step up. He has shown that yes, he has some work there. So that in the form of France. In Argentina now, Di Maria, he has been, but I know he's a genius from years gone back.
Mhm.
Di Maria is one of the player I know could step up and lead from the front going forward in Argentina. I don't see any other midfielder any and coming to the plate other than Di Maria for
Oh,
Argentina.
okay. But sir, Griezmann name has been on the back burner, so to speak, in this World Cup. But Griezmann has had a fairly good World Cup.
Yes.
Many of us have not been looking at Griezmann's performance. And I've said why? Because the name Mbappe has been overshadowed many of France players. Everybody looking Mbappe, Mbappe. But you have seen in the past two games that Mbappe have been nullified by the opponents. No, Griezmann have gotten a few assists. Griezmann has been knocking. Griezmann has been playing a sort of box-to-box midfielder, you know. That's what I have seen in the games. I have never seen Griezmann in defense so many times as not even at the club level. But in this World Cup, I've seen Griezmann sort of playing like a box to box. Maybe he's the one who decided to do some of Kante's work. Even
Yeah.
though, even
Yeah.
though he's not the defensive midfielder or the holding midfielder. But he also wants a World Cup. The French team, in my view, want to be the latest team to have back-to-back World Cup.
I must even go further. You know, we had that talk and I told you that it's not back to back, you know, but it's a triple. We're going for the 2026, you know. So I have always been saying to you guys, plan for 2030 World Cup. We have three. So
2026.
yeah, so we have these three. So plan for 2030. So you guys can we can see who's gonna be the victor for 2030 because France coming in back first for 2026. Yeah, that's my take on it. Three peat.
So, Damian, let me
Yeah,
ask you.
yeah.
The team that scores first today, I believe, will win the match. The team that scores first today will win the match.
All right, let me respond to that. I'm gonna go out on a limb to say that on paper, France and Argentina is matched evenly,
Mm.
but in reality, for me, it's gonna be a blow up. I'm looking for more than three clear goals away from this Argentina team.
So that's
That's
your
that's
that, what's your
yeah,
prediction then? What's your prediction?
up a scoreline over four. So I'm looking like a 4-1 upwards with this present crop of guys that we have compared to this Argentine team. For me, this is my take. I think Argentina overperformed to this time, and I think the buck stops here. It should have stopped in the semi-final with Croatia, but you know we're not talking about spill milk. But Croatia was very much tired. It's evident they had back-to-back extra time, and those legs, the ballers they have, as I said before, they are not only aging but they are aged. So they couldn't match up with Argentina. So they got off the hook with Croatia. But the buck stops here with France. Hopefully, it's not a repeat of the semifinals with Germany and Brazil a couple years ago, World Cup, where LA Lewis number was there. I don't want that. So I'm saying 4-1.
Now listen, if you stick by that, I'm gonna say this to you. If France even win a 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, you would have lost. I'm gonna take that from you, sir. So remember, when you come back for the post-game show, don't forget that you are looking at a 4-1 victory. Damien will be going out in a little while. And just join me for another few as soon as you log off. Alright? So we want to continue to look at the match or the build-up as it relates to Argentina and France. Lionel Messi versus Mbappe. People, I want you to call in or even to participate in the chat. Give us your view and give me your prediction just before the game. And state who you believe will also win the Golden Boot. That's up for grab too. Not just the World Cup, not just that trophy, but the Golden Boot is up for grab. And I'm saying to you, give me your views, people. Please give me your view and ensure that you get your opportunity to get in line, because guess what? This particular game will be one of such that not just headache, but it will be very much annoying to some fans, especially the losing fans today. We also understand that people tend to take this for a very emotional ride. Very, very emotional ride people take this World Cup for. I can imagine. I have a particular co-worker who brought her TV to school. And when she was there watching that France-Morocco game, she invited her students and other students to watch the game. But as soon as the game gets heated, under pressure, she asked the students to leave the room based on expressions. So I must say to you that the fact that so many of us are so, what we call it now, emotional into this game, we believe that we will actually win all the time. And if we don't, we go into hiding for a period of time. But this is what it is, people. And I really want to say to you, thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be up right through the game and we'll have a post-match. We might have a halftime if Damien and anybody else who want to join us. We will have a short halftime show and also a post-match show. So we are basically 15 minutes to the start of the game, and I am not allowed right now to show what's happening. But you should be watching your own source to see the pre-game things going up all around in France, and to see how Argentina fans in Argentina party running around. It's a joy really to be here, and it's a joy to be watching such a World Cup with these great players and so on. So we are thinking that it's my view, my prediction. I'm not predicting a scoreline today, but my prediction, I'll be taking Argentina and Messi to win today. And people, if Messi win this World Cup, if Argentina should win this World Cup, I believe we all should crown Messi the greatest of all time. Some persons are looking at the fact that how many World Cup Messi would have won. I would have won. People, I don't think the number of World Cup. I believe if you have won everything, if you have taken the world by storm, like Messi have been doing for his whole career, unstoppable. Messi is an unstoppable player wherever he goes. Not all games he played, his team win or won, but guess what? To contend with Messi or to contain Messi is very, very good. You have to be world class to contain the man. There's no other player who has that prowess. The questions or the debate may say Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, in my view, is also a good player. Not so much a great player. He's a great goal scorer. And so when you look at the numbers comparing to Lionel Messi, he may have an advantage over goals scored. But he have not have the titles that Messi have. Good? And right now, Messi have seen himself gone to World Cup semi-finals and finals. Cristiano Ronaldo have not yet graced the semi-final stage. But that's what it is. It's a debate. It's no wrong or right. Everybody have their views. Everybody can basically comes in and say what they think or how they believe people. That's just the nature of it. All right. So we'll be watching along the match today. If you want to participate while the game is going on, we are up. We will not close out the YouTube. We will continue to stream. We will continue to have our discussions. So the halftime show, and I'm gonna ask that all the fans here on this show, whether you are France or Argentina fans, I want to hear from you. I want to hear your views on the first half and what you expect to happen in the second half at the halftime show. So, ladies and gentlemen, just bear with me and we will continue our show. Now, France again want to win a back-to-back World Cup. Many persons would have seen or heard how the last time a team won back-to-back. It's not an easy flow. But the way France have equipped themselves in this World Cup, I can't write them off for that. I am unable to write off France for a back-to-back World Cup. However, as I said, based on what is at stake for this game, it can go any way, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me. The fact that both teams are hungry for different reasons to win this World Cup. The fact that some persons, some players have so much things to prove to their, not just their fans, but their critics. Some people want to put the critics to bed. I myself is a critic. But guess what? I criticize for the right reasons. And really how I see it. So people, I just want to say to you, wherever you are, we continue to do that. Again in the chat, VIP services, bless up, you ain't coming back VIP? Alright, so we will have the halftime show and hopefully we'll get another guest with Damien so we could really get into the meat of things. I will send an invitation to Andrew Buppy Brown. Both Andrew and Damien, they were on the show a few nights ago, you know, defending their team and giving the reasons why they believe their team, their France or Argentina team will win. So I will be in for sure for the post-match. Not sure if he will join us halftime because maybe by then he will be so much under pressure. So much under pressure, ladies and gentlemen. So guess what? Let us see where do we go from here. Let us see how best we can maximize our time. Alright? In the meantime, I will take a break, just a few minutes, and hopefully we will be back just before the game starts, and so we continue our discussion. I just want to find, wow, where is it? Just a little video to show. Alright, so again, please give me your views in the chat, give me your prediction, and again people, if you are joining for the very first time, please subscribe and also leave a like. It's very, very important because this is where we want to grow. This is my first pre-match. This will be my first live streaming as it relates to pre-match, halftime, or post-match for the season. I actually save it for the finals because you know that, you know, overtime and wherever we are, sometimes the time does not permit for me to go live stream as it relates to these games. So again, we'll be back in a few minutes and I ask for your precious time and also your patience. We are still online, we have not gone anywhere, and so this is a moment of time. So yes, thank you very much for waiting. We have the national anthem for France has just been sung. Um, Argentina sung before, and so the teams are meeting each other just now, and you will see that it's a good, friendly thing going on while watching them meeting. And so, people, if you want to watch along and we have our discussion during the game, we can do so. I will be watching and I will be doing a little commentary of my own. Not so much commentating on the game, but just to share my views, just to give my excitement going through as well. Yes, so we will have that. So you can always participate. So it's up to you if you are so much in tune to get on here, ladies and gentlemen. However, if you just want to sit back and watch and then you come back, then you could do so. Alright? So let me not take it away from you. You can be watching your live game just like myself and continue to make your comments. Alright? Good.
The final of the 22nd World Cup. Once again, for Argentina at last. Each for the right to a third star on their national jersey. One course of romance surrounding, yes. But Alan, what is the nuts and bolts reality of this football match? I suppose you would argue that Argentina are under a little bit more pressure. They've got the ball for their supporters here. Obviously, France, the World Cup winners, holders of this competition. They've been there, seen it, done it. For Argentina, there's so much expectation to bring that trophy home for Lionel Messi. They live up to the occasion. Argentina beginning the World Cup final with a back four. They have up to through the competition indeed within games. That was the first foul by Chouameni. Back of Alexis McAllister. Argentina's sixth final, they have won 2 of 5 so far. France's fourth World Cup final, they have won 2 of 3. France qualified in 1990 and 1994, now 4 finals in 7 of 6. Yes, spanning the millennium, they have been the world's preeminent force. There's a goal of Adrian Rabiot. Yeah, the ball's playing on this right-hand side. Di Maria actually on the other. Didn't disguise that too well for the ball, but thought
Very
Angel Di
poor
Maria might come over onto the
challenge
front
that from
well
Di
during
Maria.
some stage. Try and find some space. Now Mbappe doesn't track back. Messi drifting onto that side as well. It could be a potent weapon for them. So don't let him roll out. It's on for Messi.
Ball, boy, ball from the goat.
Messi for Di Maria.
Square, but no one.
Locked it in. Locked cleared by Rabiot, taken up by De Paul. Messi. De Paul.
Shoot.
Alvarez.
Offside.
Offside.
Very good play. Very good play from Argentina right there.
After his goals.
Just offside.
Too early. They held the line well. France there.
Just offside. Well, it was saved though by Lloris.
Lionel Scaloni arrived here as the youngest coach at the World Cup. That's recording that Cesar Luis Menotti was younger still than him, only 39, but he first won it for Argentina in 1978.
What very poor tackle, man.
Back of Messi and a stern look from Shimon Marciniak and Upamecano.
Wow.
The opportunity was there that he couldn't resist. Upamecano just leave a little bit on Lionel Messi. Pele won the World Cup 3 times as a player, Zagallo twice as a player, once as a coach. Didier Deschamps can keep their company if he wins here, once as a player, and he hopes today, second time as a coach. Understated, never flashy when he played. But boy, he gets it. And boy, he gets it done. Split by Romero. Delightfully taken by Di Maria. On by Tagliafico and then by McAllister. Di Maria, when you make his selection ahead of Paredes. Well, he started the tournament well, and then he dropped away, but big games, big names, and he's certainly one of those. Mbappe, Rabiot. Hernandez has gifted it back to Messi. And now the ball. Lifting it again towards Di Maria, seen by Queen. Has assistance from Dembele and Griezmann. That's a big touch. Alvarez. What a pop!
First shot on target from Argentina.
Right start from
Well
Argentina.
played.
Not the best defended from
Straight to
Griezmann,
Lloris
but plenty of the ball in the
though.
attacking third, Argentina. Mbappe. Hernandez, whose brother, don't forget, started the World Cup in that position. The replacement just 10 minutes into the tournament. Then his knee gave way in the concession of that shock early goal against Australia. Feels like a memory now from a distant and different lifetime. Hernandez rolled off it by Messi, who's penalised. Big man on the blind side, Messi. It's chance to try and nick it. But enough strike from Alexis McAllister, who's had a good tournament. Very on the timing and the shirt. Ricardo selected ahead. Canard said that would have been a conundrum for Didier Deschamps as well. Griezmann always plays his 74th consecutive French game. Chouameni in the sparkling goal against England. Rabiot. by Fernandez. Sifted through by Messi. Moved on now by McAllister. Taken up at pace by Di Maria. Face to face with Dembele. McAllister. Fernandez. Hits by Griezmann. One back for Alvarez. Now Angel Di Maria. Di Maria's cut back. Has reached Rodrigo de Paul. De Paul strikes. The deflection from Varane flies wide. Working sharper in all areas of the pitch. And these opening minutes, Argentina, that Molina would just give the ball a little bit of space and time to get his shot away, and that could have gone anywhere. A clear closing start for Argentina. Who owned the stadium for numbers, noise, and colour. Phenomenal support. Here is their phenomenal player. Messi to the near post, away comfortably by Griezmann. Recycled by De Paul. Messi again. Tees Griezmann, who again isn't having it. Now De Paul. Up in here by Rabiot. Alvarez competing. Lloris couldn't gather. The referee has intervened, and France have a clearing free kick. I'm talking about 4 stops at the back foot here. France are finding Argentina sharp, hungry opponents. Lloris comes and just gets locked off. Romero actually gets pushed into the keeper. Can't be windy there. Lloris, of course, one of those who is a veteran of the last World Cup final. It's his 36th birthday. A week tomorrow, Boxing Day. And he won't be in action for his club. And he received one in the midriff there for his club mate. Romero. Tomorrow morning they'll be friends again. Lacana though shoved Romero into Lloris. You would imagine just when he needs a few minutes. His stoppage won't unduly hurt France. They need to just have a little chat, settle down, find their rhythm. Here's on behalf of Didier Deschamps for Lloris, a 20th World Cup appearance. He's got past Manuel Neuer. That is a new goalkeeping